Back for another player build video in ESG Football 24. Free to play online, 7-on-7, 11-on-11 football. Not sure when it drops, crew. 2024 is the estimated date, but we'll soon find out, crew. It'll be available on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. But I have to give a shout out to the man LJ for dropping in the suggestion to build Tony Siragusa. If y'all remember this man, he played for the Baltimore Ravens when they won the Super Bowl early 2000s. He was with Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, all of that Hall of Fame defensive team of the Baltimore Ravens back then. And Siragusa, he's not one of those players that is a legend, I would say. He's more of a bigger than life personality, a guy that was very personable. When they ran that show Hard Knocks on HBO, he was always on camera messing around, keeping things fun and interesting, and just like a personality that was a lot of fun to have in that locker room and really helps build the camaraderie of a team. And Siragusa, he had a great career, right? He played at the University of Pittsburgh, but I think I remember him a lot, not only for the Super Bowl win, but when he was out of the game, he retired. He was on broadcast television. He was one of the first reporters, if not the first reporter, to stand behind the end zone and do like play-by-play commentary and analysis during a game, standing behind the goalpost and doing what he did. So Siragusa is a legend in that respect for how he just added that personality to the game. Just a fun, friendly guy, just like a bigger than life personality, but also a great player. I think he was just like a consistent guy, made plays happen, and having those type of defensive tackles on the team that can open up the holes for like all-star Hall of Fame players like Ray Lewis, and making those lanes available is what having a team is about. And you need good linemen to be able to make plays and like open up gaps for players like a Ray Lewis. So Siragusa, I'm excited to build this one, crew. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, hit the sub, notification, all that good stuff in the comments below. Let me know who else you want to see, and we will get into this build of Tony Siragusa, baby. Let's go. This is our first lineman build. He's a defensive tackle, and it's gonna be fun to build this one out, man. You know what I'm really interested in seeing with ESG is, like, I know they have the 11-on-11 aspect in the game. How is it gonna work when they're building the lineman builds? Because that's not a glorified position, and it's hard for me to envision somebody making a player build with a lineman, because you're thinking of like all the superstar positions, or like the well-known glitzy positions: running back, quarterback, wide receiver, corner, linebacker, safety, and even like defensive ends and D tackles. Like, they can make plays happen, but like making like offensive lineman builds, it's gonna be interesting to see how they build that one in there. And I think you can get strategic with it. Like somebody mentioned in the comments, like you can get strategic with it, make it like a chess match by having a team that you build out and making 11 players on the field as like your whole team. But it'd be interesting to see. But it's fun. It's gonna be fun to build this Tony Siragusa one out. He was a defensive tackle, and he was a run stopping defensive tackle. As I was saying earlier in the intro, he was the guy who just opened the lanes, because he's a big body. He's a big body person. He was there to create chaos, open lanes for his the second level of defense, which were his linebackers, which were incredible. You have Ray Lewis backing you, so being able to make sure that you can jam people up, create double teams on the line, and open those gaps so your second defense can make the plays was where I think he shined the most. So we're going to look at his height and weight first, crew. We have Siragusa as 6'3". He's 6'3", 350. Oh, excuse me, 6'3", 6'3", 340. Excuse me. I put that camera weight on him, added 10 pounds. So we have Siragusa is 6'3", 340 right now. And that's a big body, crew. Thinking about moving all that weight, man. Just like the type of endurance you have to move all that weight around on the field. And man, that has to be taxing from an endurance standpoint. Let's jump over to the skill sets of Siragusa and make him an engaging, block-heavy build. More of an engaging, heavy build. I mean, we can put blocking in there, because what I'm thinking of the blocking is like I'm saying, creating double teams, being able to, from his position, to draw double teams and create chaos from the what do you call it? From the trenches, and making those plays happen so other players can then make a play on the ball. So being that assister and creating those type of plays is going to make this build really strong to me. So I want to put engaging to start as high, and I also want his tackling to be high. He's more of a run stopping build, a run stopping D tackle. I'm not too familiar with him making huge sacks. I'm sure he made plenty of sacks. I'd have to look at his stat tree and see what he ended up with, but I just remember him more like a run stopping build. So to start out, I'm gonna do lane stuffer. So lane stuffer is gonna give us a 2. We're gonna do 2 lane stuffer. That's gonna give us block shed at 95, finesse rush at 40, power rush at a 63, run stop at an 89, and it also gives us points in other categories. So physical gives us 4 points for our badges, tackling's 4, blocking is 4, engaging is 14. And now let's look. I want to see what tactician is and see how that plays in. So tactician, I think that's just more like an elusive back. When I'm thinking like tactician, I'm thinking like a Von Miller is just really tactical because he's lighter. He can be super agile, and it's more like that's more tactical. This guy was more of a heavy build. So I think bull rusher is going to be more of an accurate definition of his characteristic. So right now I'm looking at giving him 2. Let's see what that only moves. 2 bull rusher moves us up 10. So right now I'm starting off with 2 lane stuffer and 2 bull rusher. So it's going to give us 28 points for badges on engaging. Block went up to a 95. Finesse rush went up. It's at a 51. He wasn't finesse. He's a power guy. He's going to bull rush all freaking day. So power rush is going to be at a 91. Run stop is at 89. So I'm gonna switch this up, crew. I'm gonna go 3 lane stuffer and 3 bull rush to start. And so that's going to take us 42 points to allocate on badges. Block shed's going to be at 100. Finesse rush is at a 60. Power rush is at a 97. Run stop is at a 97. He's a defensive tackle. I want him as an engaging heavy build. Somebody's going to stuff the line, make plays happen, create that chaos, and give the secondary level, like his backers, the ability to make a play on the ball and make those impact plays. But being in the trenches, going head to head, busting heads every play, that's where he's gonna make his meat and bones right there, crew. So we're gonna go over there for 3 lane stuffer, 3 bull rusher, and for the last 2, I decided to go with the 2 tackler for his last 2 skill sets. That's gonna move our tackling badges up to 26 points. His hit power is gonna go up to an 85. Pursuit is gonna go to a 91. Strip to a 93, and tackle at a 95. I'm happy with that one because as a bigger body, 340, 6'3", 340. Just from the sheer size of this guy, his hit power is going to be up there. If y'all ever been hit by a big ass like a lineman, man, no matter how slow they are, just having that amount of weight is freaking ridiculous. And it hurts to get hit by freaking linemen, man, because the amount of weight that they have behind them. They may not be fast, but being able to put that weight through you is something different, man. And I can just tell you from experience, man, going heads with linemen is a completely different experience, and that weight plays a major factor. So I'm happy with the 2 tackler. Right now we have 3 lane stuffer, 3 bull rusher, 2 tackler, and I'm really happy with that. That's that break. I think it's going to make him a strong D tackle, and make him a defensive tackle heavy build is exactly what I want. The blocking and everything doesn't need to be too high or anything else, and I'm happy with that, what we have right now. Let me know your thoughts on it, crew. Do you think we should change anything, or should we keep it the same? I'm interested in hearing your thoughts. So right now we have passing 0, coverage is at a 4. I think the coverage is fine with the 4 because play recognition, being on the line, those guys have their own calls, right? Like I played defensive tackle when I was in middle school, and I also played defensive end when I was a freshman in high school. And so I know there's little things that happen on the line, like little calls and things that you want to take advantage of just from a look perspective. And so being able to have that play recognition ability as a D tackle or defensive end is massive, and it's not really recognized because it's not the glorious positions, right? You're not thinking about them, especially like the older generation of linemen. I know D tackles and linemen and D ends are more celebrities nowadays because they're like modified linebackers. These guys are fast, they're quick, they're agile, they're freaking lean. They look like freaking linebackers. Even like offensive linemen look like linebackers, just shredded nowadays. And they're agile. They're not like clunky back in like the early days of football, 80s, 90s, even early 2000s. Not these clunky players anymore. These guys are athletes. They're athletic, they're fast, they're quick. and they can make plays happen. So I think the play recognition is going to be huge. That's what for this build. Press coverage is a 69. Of course, he's not going to be covering anything or man coverage, so we're good on that. Special teams is a 0, receiving 0. Physical, his acceleration's at a 48, agility is at a 65, endurance is at a 99, jump is at a 59, speed is at a 48, stamina is at a 99, strength is at 100. Strength is, I'm happy with him being at 100 for the strength because he's just pressing people out. The jump is nice at a 59 because even when he's getting in, it's just like jumping up to swat the ball down, even though he's being guarded, making those plays and just swatting the ball when the quarterback gets it out on like a low pass. So that's going to be beneficial. Tackling is at a 26, hit power is at 85, pursuits at a 91, strip is a 93, tackle is a 95. I'm happy with that. Blocking, we have 12 points to allocate, and impact blocking is 76, pass block 56, run block is a 59. So it's not a huge crossover to the offensive player, but you know, he's a defensive heavy build, so I'm happy with that one. And then lastly, our engaging, which is what we focused on the most, is at a 46 points to allocate in the badges. Block shed is 100, finesse rush is a 60, power rush and some run stop or a 97. So let's go over to the badges and see what we have here, crew. So starting off at blocking, this is the, you know, more of the offensive side of the ball, but I feel like, okay, so I'm gonna move Trailblazer up to a silver, Demolition Man to a silver, impact block rating perform a cut block. It's not really cutting people, right? Like, unless you do, like they teach you when you're on the D line, sometimes when you want to like a goal line stand or like a 4th and short, like plays like that, they teach you as a D lineman to submarine and shoot at the offensive lineman's knees and ankles, so they just fall over you, and basically it just closes all the lanes so the running back can't go through any of the holes. And so I think Lumberjack, I'm going to put that up to 2 because I'm just thinking like him using the cut block as a D lineman in those special circumstances when you're submarining and just trying to knock the legs out from under the offensive lineman, so it just creates just chaos on the front, so the running back can't break through, and just, you know, stopping those plays on 4th and shorts and goal line and things like that. With the points, we have 6 left. I'm gonna put Hall of Fame Lumberjack, Hall of Fame Demolition Man, and Hall of Fame Trailblazer. So we have 3 Hall of Fames. We have Trailblazer, which is the strength rating when run blocking. I think that's gonna be beneficial, right? He's a bull rusher himself, but if we moved him to the O-line, he's gonna have that run blocking ability because, you know, you still want to get your hands underneath the pads and being able to move people. And they teach you that as a lineman. You have to get your hands under the pads, and it gives you the ability, you just lock them out and you can move them. It's like driving a steering wheel is essentially how you can think of it. Once you grab them in the chest region, you're able to lock out, so you're pressed. So, because anytime you're in close, it's hard to move anybody and you're not even able to create separation. But once you create separation, it's like having a steering wheel when you're in beneath, or when you're beneath their chest pads, and you can turn them, move them where you need to go. You can throw them, shuck them, swim them, do whatever you have to do. So Trailblazer is going to be there. Lumberjack, that ability to submarine on those critical plays, being on the goal line, 4th and shorts, and creating chaos up front, like a traffic jam to where the running back doesn't have any lanes available. That's going to be at a Hall of Fame level. And Demolition Man is the impact block rating. And as I was talking about with getting your hands under the pads and moving people, having that impact block rating, it's transferable from the defensive line into the offensive line, and that's what we're going to stick with on that. Coverage, we have 4. This is pretty much not even like accurate, I would say, but let's see. Oh, it is accurate. So we have unfakeable. This is going to be play recognition. I'm going to use all 4 points on Hall of Fame. Play recognition on the line, understanding what's going on, hearing those pre-snap play calls when the center's calling people out, the guards and the tackles are making their calls, their line adjustments, having the ability to know and understand these the play recognition and like these little calls that are happening during a game. It's massively beneficial. For instance, like there were teams that I would play in, you know, high school or college, and we were taught to listen to their play calls because every team has their own cadence. They have their own ways of, like, you know, signaling what's coming next. And if you're able to, in a sense, like break those codes that are happening on the field, it's like this, it's that micro warfare that as you're in the stands, you're not seeing this happening, but there's that micro warfare. And especially it happens at the collegiate level where you're taught like the intricacies of the game. And that's what separates, you know, not only like, you know, NFL players from just college players or high school. It separates like from being a D2 football player to being like a top level D1 player to being an average NFL player to being a Hall of Famer. The players that know how the game works, like understanding all the little intricacies that aren't so apparent to like the normal eye, is what I've learned is absolutely beneficial, because there's all these little mini games that are happening on the field, and looking at somebody's eyes, looking at the way they step, everybody has their own little ticks. And if you're able to understand that and, get it across, you can make game-changing plays and have a massive effect on the game. And so having that ability to have that play recognition on the line for him is going to be massive, and I have that at a Hall of Fame level. Engaging, this is a grip of points. We have 46. We might even be able to just put everything at a GOAT level on this one and just totally make him super top heavy. Let's see. So armbar, avoiding punishment. Let's start it off at... We'll do GOAT level. Athlete is the swim move. It's the first time using that one. Swimming over people, baby. Grip it, or what do you call it? You will rip and dip. So you can rip. They're basically the call sign when you're on the line. They taught us, like, when you hit somebody, you button them up, and it's called rip and dip. So you can rip under them, and then you just dip your head under, and then you basically replace your outside hip with their outside hip. And so when you do a rip and dip, you basically bump their hip off and you replace where they are, and that's how you fill lanes as a D lineman. So it's called rip and dip. But if you're going to swim, and swimming is good if you are super fast and you're good on your feet, but it's also very dangerous, because if you swim over a lineman, you put yourself off balance, and they can just sort of just push you where they want to push you. And a lot of guys, these linemen are so good, they can even jab you up. They can punch you, or you punch your ribs and knock the damn air out of you. So there's a lot of things like that happen. So the athlete is going to be good for the swim move, getting over the top of the head. Basically, if like you just pull somebody's shoulder pad down and just swim over them. So I think that's going to be good. Equalizer, we'll put that at a GOAT level to start. Well, it's just impact blocks. Run stopping against impact blocks would be good. Ferocity, pass rusher will not be neutralized. Let's put that up there at a GOAT level. Raging Bull, successful bull rush. He was more of a bull rusher, I would say. So put him up there. Put the Raging Bull up there. Shredder, which is the block shedding, put that at a GOAT level. Probability defender can avoid being cut block. Well, we'll leave that for where it is. Neutralizing a pass rusher. We'll leave that at where it is. Ability to do a spin move. He's not spinning. He was too big and too heavy to be spinning. I don't think he was really great on his feet like that. Just more of like a bull rusher. Just like, those just tough, gritty players that just run through you. Increased strength is a trench disruptor. We'll put that at a GOAT level. And then I'll just put cut block at a Hall of Fame level. So right now we have 7 GOAT level, which is armbar, athlete, equalizer, ferocity, raging bull, shredder, and trench disruptor. So armbar is a probability of avoiding punishment. Athlete is a successful swim move. Equalizer is the run stop rating against impact blocks. Ferocity is the pass rusher will not be neutralized. Raging bull performs successful bull rush, which is what he was. Trench disruptor, engaging in a run block, his strength in a run block. And shredder is shedding a block, and that's there. And so we have Hall of Fame at solidified. That's the ability to avoid getting cut block, and linemen cut block all the time. So if you're able to, separate, you see a cut block happening, what you're taught is to say they're trying to engage your left leg, you're supposed to kick your left leg back. So essentially like you're doing a split, and you push their head down. And so your right leg's going to be up, so it looks like you're just like in a split in a sense, and that gives you the ability to push their head down and get over them, and basically not get cut block, because being cut block is the absolute worst feeling in the entire world. And so having that ability to avoid that is going to be massive, especially as a D lineman. Passing, we have 0. Physical, he's not an afterburner or anything like that. That guy he's pretty slow, man. So it's like running like molasses, but he's more of a fill the lane type of guy. Well, we're going to put an elusive skill. So we'll put elusive skill up at a GOAT level. And the elusive skill, I'm thinking swim move, rip and dip, bull rush. That's going to be the defining characteristic for all day for me when performing an elusive move for a defensive tackle. Muscle's going to be there. 340 pounds, the size and weight. I mean, it just sort of goes hand in hand. When a person that big, they're going to be freaking strong. And being on the line, you have to be resilient, you have to be strong, and you have to be durable. And that takes me over to energized, which is going to be at a Hall of Fame level. So I took one down from all day from Hall of Fame, or from GOAT, and I allocated that 1 point to energized. So we have 1 GOAT, which is going to be muscle. That's our strength. We have 2 for legend, energized, which is our endurance. And then all day, which is our decreasing endurance ability on elusive moves, like the swim or the rip. And I'm happy with that one. And the same thing goes with like any other build. Like the endurance is both a physical and mental aspect. Being on the line, I mean, you have to get subbed out a lot because you're in car collisions every freaking play. Those guys are freaking banging every play, and you have to have endurance to play on the line, because not only are you in a down position, a 3-point stance every play, that gets freaking taxing on your legs, your core, your glutes. I mean, it's tough being a freaking lineman, man. Like I know it's not like a glorious position, but without them, man, the game wouldn't function, right? So having a defensive and offensive players that have that endurance, being able to sit in the game for a long time and play during a season, that's what makes teams, you know, stand the test of time, win Super Bowls. If you can keep your line healthy, both offensively and defensively, and have that unit together, that's what's going to impact your ability to get deep into a playoff run or even win national championships, Super Bowls, and so on. And so that's going to be huge to have his endurance up there. Receiving is 0, rushing is 0, special teams 0, tackling, we have 26 points to allocate. Perform a power run skill. So determine's going to go up there to a gold level. This is his probability to tackle a ball carrier performing a power run skill. So if the runner's trying to truck him, he can negate that. We're going to have that there. Dislodger, receiver, and the catch. Fear tactic. I wouldn't say he was a fearful player. That doesn't really resonate with me at this moment. Tackle rating. So force field, yes, we're going to put that at a gold. And that's with engaging with a blocker. And so like if he's getting blocked, he can stick an arm out and grab a running back or a quarterback while he's engaged. That's going to be huge. I remember him doing plays like that. So that's going to go up there to a gold to start. Increased tackle rating when attempting to tackle ball carrier to perform an elusive move. So if he gets shook, he gets shook. I don't think he's a wrangler, but we can come back to that one. Increased tackle rating, sure tackler. If he gets his hands on you, you're pretty much going down. Pursuit rating, he wasn't running anybody down from a pursuit standpoint, wasn't stripping the ball. And the probability the ball carrier will not fall forward when tackle, halt. So halt has to go up there as well. So let's start allocating the points. I'm happy with the 4 badges that we have here. They're more of like the defining characteristics of him. Now let's just bump them up at this point. Let's move them all to GOAT level. We have 4 GOAT level. We have determined, force field, halt, and sure tackler. So force field is the tackle rating when engaged. He puts an arm out there and able to make a play when somebody's running past him. Definitely has that ability. Sure tackler, the tackle rating. Once he gets his hands on you as a big body like that, you're going down. So put that there. Halt is the ball carrier will not fall forward. Like we said, 340 pounds. If he hits you, the probability of him falling forward it's not going to happen. So he'll knock you back no matter what, or just even as a stalemate. So halt's going to be there. Determine is to increase the probability of the tackle the ball carrier performed a power move. If somebody's trying to truck him, it's going to be very difficult just because the size and weight. So determine's going to be at a GOAT level, and we have 2 more to allocate. Hit power, I think I'll just put hit power for Devastator. I'll put Devastator at a silver, because just as a byproduct of having that big body and being a D lineman, you're going to have that hit power no matter how fast you are, just because the size and weight of you. And so Devastator is going to be up there at a silver. So 4 GOAT level, determine, force field, sure tackler, halt, and Devastator as a silver. And that's what we have, crew. So it says we've built a supreme lane stuffer, a supreme bull rusher, and a pure tackler. Suggested positions, it says slot, inside linebacker. We know we built a defensive tackle. Our offensive assessment is a role player, and our defensive assessment is a superstar. That's our Tony Siragusa build, baby. I want to know your thoughts, crew. Did you hate this build? Did you love this build? Let me know in the comments below, and also let me know what other builds that you would like to see on this ESG Football 24. And like I've said in other videos, I'm not sure when it's going to drop. 2024 was the estimated year that I was told, but no specific timeline given by the owner, Lamont. So we'll see how it all plays out, crew. I'm hopeful that it'll come out and drop, but we'll see, man. We'll have to continue to make our adjustments and, just see how it all plays out. For sure, I'm excited. It'd be fun to get our hands on it, even like a beta, or even just like continuous updates. Like, it doesn't have to be huge, massive updates every second of the day, but continually updating and having that customer service ability and letting people know that transparency of like, here we are in the process. Here's where we are in the build version. That's what I think is missing with ESG right now, is that it's up in the air. Like, we're not hearing any updates. We have access to these player builders, and we're seeing all these things being teased to us, like the gym areas and like the trailers. But I would really want to get some solid information, and even just like, a timeline. Put yourself on a timeline. Let us see some updates. Even give the creators like myself the ability to have beta access to see the gameplay in action and, you know, show you all the gameplay, I think that will really, you know, help the community a lot and alleviate some of the frustration of not hearing any updates for a certain time period. And I, you know, that's my thought process on that, crew. But I'm interested to hear your thoughts as well. And like I said, if you enjoy these videos and you want to keep seeing more of them, drop in the comments below and let me know. And also drop a like, hit the sub and notification. And crew, before you bounce out of here, check what we have in the descriptions for everything on our website, qsn.gg. We have our gaming gummies here. And the reason why I started QSN was because I'm a lifelong athlete and gamer, and I want to bring the two worlds together. I just know how beneficial it is to have a healthy life, to increase performance, longevity, and just have, you know, a lifestyle that's worth living, crew. We all love playing video games, but we also want to have the ability to be with our family, our loved ones, look good, feel good, and perform better. And having the basis of a solid nutrition, workout, and overall healthy lifestyle is incredibly important. That's why I want to bring that information into the gaming space. And check out everything we have on our website, qsn.gg. Sign up for our newsletter. We have discounts flying out every week and just information to help you continue to move forward in your life and become a healthier person overall, crew. But I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for always checking out these videos. And if you want to see any other builds, drop in the comments below and we will catch you on the next one, crew. Always remember to stay laser focused on your dreams and your vision, and remember that you're in control. Much love, baby. Peace.